Hey, this is Match once again. Welcome back to the videos. The paid request this time from Eric. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, PayPal is usually the best bet. Or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in info box. It could be a tier list, review, reaction, commentary, re-review, randomness, whatever the case may be. Now, this is for the film Fat Slags from 2004, which has a whopping 1.9 out of 10 IMDb. And it deserves it, because it's that damn bad. It's directed by a guy named Ed Bye, literally spelled B-Y-E. I guess he directed a lot of Red Dwarf episodes, which I vaguely remember Red Dwarf. It's based on the adult British comic by Viz, which I think I reviewed like an animated bit that was done with those characters. Because I know the name sounds familiar. This is one of those things that was made in the UK and one of the worst British movies I've ever seen. One of the worst UK movies I've ever seen. I mean, the jokes are bottom of the barrel, the characters. I don't see if we're. There's no way to assume that we're supposed to like these characters. Because they're violent, they are argumentative, they are farting, they're burping, they're disgusting, they're shitty, they're fatty, they're big boned, they're shitty. They live on a street called Shit Street. I kid you not, it's called Shit Street. And they live at number 69, because 69 dudes. Whoa. Fat UK slobs. No offense to people in the UK. I'm sure they're offended by this fucking movie. Or if you ever see it, you would. And these two women with obvious makeup and obvious big fat suits, they buy tacos as big as babies. They have a dirty home with roaches. They're from the north. And at one point they ride a bus to go to this TV show to be in the audience, and they burp some more, and they fart. Her friend warns the bus driver to stop and tells him, well, you got about 5 seconds until she follows through, and she's farting some more. So they stop the bus, so she gets out, and these two are smoking. Uh, you kind of wish they would just smoke their fuck. Well, I would say smoke their brain cells, but they need brain cells to do that. These characters are just dog shit characters. That just, there's no reason you would want to give a flying fuck to watch these characters and listen to them talk and fart and burp and talk and smoke cigarettes and talk some more and fart some more. Or they go into a place to buy some clothes. It's obviously a place not meant for them. The clothes are obviously too short for them. So these two bitches decide, you stick up shitty cow, and punch someone in the face. And I think the movie's meant for us to not like the store clerk. Was it Naomi Campbell? I forget who it was. But no, you don't like the two leads. It's like, you deserve to be punched out. These characters. And, like, Jerry O'Connell was in the movie. He must have been desperate for work. He works for Trans Global Media. And I like Jerry O'Connell. The TV show Sliders, before that went to shit. Stream 2, Kangaroo Jack, Stand By Me. You know, I like Jerry O'Connell. I guess you say he's the bad guy in the movie, but he's more. I like him more than the two leads. his lawyer, I recognize his lawyer is Anthony Head, who was Giles on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the adult mentor to Buffy. I'm like, man, Giles, they got you too in this. And then the personal assistant is Jerry Halliwell, Jerry, from the Spice Girls. And Spice World is a better movie than this. I shit you not. I'd rather watch Spice World, which is not a good movie. I'd rather watch Spice World than this movie. The fact that this is not the worst movie Jerry Halliwell has been in says, well, actually, Spice World's not the worst. This is the worst she's been in. See, I'm getting all fucked up. Fuck. God damn it. So at one point, Jerry O'Connell gets something landed on his head, and you get the idea he's had a bit of brain damage. So while they're in this board meeting, they watch TV, and it's like wannabe UK version of Jerry Springer, whatever the fuck it is. And these two fat asses get in a fight, and Jerry O'Connell falls in love with them and says, we need to sign them up because he's brain damaged. So they get signed up. They get brought to this hotel. They fart in tubs. She farted, dropped her cigarette, and made her friend's magazine light up on fire. They get put into a fashion show. During that week, two waiters come by, they give them food, and they fuck the two waiters. They like to fart in bed, and one of the jokes is they fart in bed so badly it cuts to stock footage of African animals running for their lives. So like they farted, and Jerry O'Connell's like being very over the top his mannerisms, and then it cuts to stock footage of a zebra and an elephant and other stuff running away. These are the freaking goddamn jokes in the movie. People, why don't you punch stuff? I don't want to punch stuff anymore because I've cut my fucking fingers on this shit. I'm tired of hurting myself because of stupid fucking movies. Kiss my ass. Fucking movie. And the reason I'm not yelling is I don't want to fuck up my voice during the cold weather. My throat gets fucked up with the cold weather anyway because my lungs don't work well in the cold weather ever since this thing as a kid where I must have gotten like hypothermia or something. I think that fucked up my lungs ever since, at least a little bit. But anyway, that was a better experience than watching this fucking movie. My lungs freezing to death was better than watching this fucking bullshit. These two fucking twat waffles characters farting along the way, fart your fucking head off and shoving the fucking ass, any ass, as long as it's not mine. The one moment I liked was Anthony Head had this good dialogue delivery where this other guy was giving him shit. And he's like, because I guess the guy called his house the House of Fuck, and Anthony Head says, I reduced the House of Fuck to the shed of shit. And you're going to be buried in the foundation. I mean, how the hell did Anthony Head do that? Like, he actually got a genuine... However you feel about the dialogue is one thing, but Anthony Head actually made that sound pretty badass. How the hell did he do that? That's like the one time. No, that I lied. There's two. I first heard about this film because I'm a big Dolph Lundgren fan. I looked up what he did throughout his career. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Fat Slags? And he's only in it for like a minute, and it was on YouTube, and I saw that up on YouTube. I'm like, okay. I like Dolph in his cameo. That's my favorite part of the movie. Because I'm a big Dolph Lundgren fan. Men of War, Icon in Peace, Shonen Lo Tokyo, The Punisher, Red Scorpion, Rocky 4, of course, Universal Soldier. Love Dolph. And he's having fun with the part. And I read up that apparently the reason Dolph did this film was because he had a friend who knew the producer of this movie. Dolph's friend said, "Hey, could you do this?" And Dolph's like, "Well, I mean, I have a house at the time in the UK, at I guess a second house, and I go there from time to time. I come in, I get paid, I do half a day's work." He still hasn't seen the film. It allowed me to do slapstick, which I rarely get to do. And again, he hasn't even seen the film. I don't blame you, Dolph. You don't need to see the movie. And in the scene, I like Dolph doing slapstick because, again, I like him. He's having fun. Because the girls are trying the train and Dolph comes in. I like that he tastes the gum. He's twirling it, but he still hits himself in the eye. He sees one of the girls, one of those weight, I don't know what you call it. Those big ball things that you use to lift. But she sits on it and breaks it, and the white Dolph goes, "Holy shit." So that, and taking the gum, and actually hit himself in the eye. And then trying to get these girls to work out, but they're more stronger than he thought, so they actually hit his head, or someone's trying to push the weights up, but actually hits Dolph. He's giving mouth to mouth, but she smoked a cigarette, so when he comes up, smoke comes out of his mouth, he's like, "Train's done today, girls." I like Dolph. I liked his scene because of him. It was cool to see Dolph do slapstick. It's just Sally's in a horrible fucking film with two horrible fucking lead characters. I don't know if it's the actress's fault, because I don't think anybody could have made these characters worth a spit. I really don't. You get fucking Meryl Streep and Bette Midler or whoever the hell you want to get. They could not make these characters work. I don't see how they worked on the adult comic strip, honestly. But maybe people can laugh more at nudie pictures than to see a fucking 80-minute movie where at times they do show them and it's, fake because it's the body suit they're wearing. And you tell they look fake, so they look ugly. So you don't know why people get gun-ho for them. They do the fashion show. I like the song used. It's H Block X, "I've Got the Power." Which I heard that song on The Perfect Weapon from Jeff Speakman, but then this is like a different cover version, and I like that cover version. I remember when I used to do music videos, I think I did a Dolph Lundgren music video to that song. "I've Got the Power" by H Block X. It's a cool cover to the song. Sadly, this is the only film I could think of where that cover, that song's used, which is a shame. And they do the fashion runway, and they're confident, and they show their tits, and for some reason they're a hit, and everybody loves them, and they're getting all these deals. "Fat is the new black" is literally a fucking headline. And Jerry Halliwell from Spice Girls, who's the assistant to Jerry O'Connell, decides to keep eating and fatten herself up. The girls have also gotten a record deal for some reason. Oh, you got more jokes like one of them sat on the other's dog and flattened it, so they throw it out the window. And then it's his wide shot where it hits an old man, but then for some reason it explodes in a really shitty fire effect. Why did it explode? Why? Oh, and then throughout the film you have these other two jamotes that you can't understand what the fuck they're saying, trying to get to see these two girls. They get stopped by the cops, and pretty much their scenes is just explained to the cops, and the cops don't understand what the fuck they're saying. That's the running gag. Hoo ha ha. Very fucking funny. One of the girls is trying to suck off Jerry O'Connell in the limo, and because there's a crash, she accidentally bites Jerry O'Connell's dick off. He gets surgery to put that back on, and during the gurney ride, he gets hit in the head, so he comes to his senses. The two girls get into a fight because one's jealous over the other because they're getting more of Jerry O'Connell's attention, so they're fighting, and they fuck up some important guys, so they get put in jail. And then Jerry O'Connell and them leave them in jail. I'm like, they deserve to be in jail. Good. Keep them in jail forever. Jerry O'Connell is supposed to be the villain. He's more likable than the actual fucking lead characters. You actually root for the bad guys. You're rooting for the villains to succeed. So how these two get out of jail? They get a meeting with the warden. They have sex with him. I'd be like, uh, if these two ladies try to have, if they had sex with me, you would get life imprisonment and stay there, because that way you never approach anybody ever again. So then they need to get this laptop to try to fuck over Jerry O'Connell's company. So they do this shitty Mission Impossible parody, and where one's lowering the other down. The CGI rat comes by, and the one girl burps at it, and the CGI rat crumples and dies. And then the other one gets the laptop, can't barely be pulled up, but she had this purple pink dildo with her, and it fell into this cheesecake that was in the fucking thing. And then Jerry O'Connell at the head, they're talking about how their laptop is missing. But you know that there's a fucking cheesecake with a long fucking pink dildo here. And they don't notice it until, well, at least we got the cheesecake. And then it's pulled in the frame here. And then they notice it. I'm like, as soon as you enter the room, the thing is this big, you would fucking notice. Just because it's not in the frame of the camera doesn't mean the characters can't see it. You know, they can see further than the fucking camera. Just saying, Ed Bye. And then the whole laptop thing was pointless because Giles from Buffy chases after them. They can't get in, so they throw the laptop. It hits Giles. He's in the hospital. Well, the laptop's destroyed, so at least we don't have to worry about info getting out. Something drops on Jerry O'Connell. We don't know if he died. We don't know if he lived. I guess we're to assume he died. I don't know. So the girls are back on shit street. No money. Nothing has changed. They haven't changed their behavior. No character arc. Nothing. Those two guys come in. Yeah, they're ready to hug them, and then end the movie. End of this fucking movie. Well, you just told the plot. That's all I needed to do was tell the fucking plot to show how stupid this fucking movie is. It's not funny. You have two incredibly annoying, unlikable, irritating, fat, slobby, dirty, burping. Surprised it wasn't barfing. Burping, farting, chain smoking, moronic, idiotic characters. There's zero reason to root for them. The jokes are lazy, uninspired, bottom of the barrel. Them living on shit street. Them just, let me show my tits. Really awful looking fake ones. The fucking tits you saw from the Hippo and Meet the Feebles of Peter Jackson look more real than these. And that's a dirty, raunchy comedy that's actually funny. Meet the Feebles. See, maybe you should look at Meet the Feebles, because Meet the Feebles was kind of doing not the same thing, but go watch Peter Jackson's Meet the Feebles instead. You'd get a much more entertaining time if you like raunchy comedy. There's no satire, there's no wit. It's just literally bottom of the barrel type of juvenile humor. And there's barely a story. The whole story of Jerry Halliwell, I can't even say her last name, for the Spice Girl, her being there and liking Jerry O'Connell and then getting herself fat. If you Nothing really comes of that whole subplot. Like she joins the girls, or she's like, "Don't let a man control you. Think for yourself." Or no, nothing ever comes of that. The two guys, their whole subplot's pointless. You could have completely taken that out. They bring up the laptop, and then the laptop just becomes meaningless. So the whole Mission Impossible stealing the laptop was pointless. I just, other than breaking the thing so that I just also that Jerry O'Connell will have the thing land on his head and maybe kill him, maybe not. Again, we don't even know. Terribly written, lazily directed, two very unlikable characters. What the fuck? Dolph had a fun cameo that you find on YouTube, and again, I liked it for him because I'm a big fan of the guy. Because I see him do some slapstick and goof around for a minute or two. I like the H Block X cover of "I've Got the Power," and Giles. Anthony had one line that made me chuckle, which I said. That's it. So 1.9 is deserved. It's an awful fucking film, and what more to be said? Fuck these bitches. Later.